Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Now, today we got a couple of really cool and important crypto subjects, so make sure you watch this video all the way till the end. And if you want to support the channel, make sure you press the like button and subscribe because it puts a smile on my face, and also I think it helps with the YouTube algorithm. So if you want to support, please do that. Now, the question of today is, have you ever blocked somebody on Twitter because of something they said? Because, I'm sometimes thinking about it. And I'm wondering if you guys have done that. And also make sure you follow me over on Twitter. Right, so first off, Stellar wants to be the chosen platform for a digital dollar. Stellar has achieved some big milestones in the last 5 years, but it has lofty goals for the next half a decade. So yes, Stellar wants to become a global payment standard in the next 5 years, and while admitting it won't happen anytime soon, the Stellar Foundation wants governments to issue CBDCs on the network. Several Stellar network upgrades are planned for June to help with all of this. So I'm actually quite amazed that they are taking this big of a step, and I'm also wondering exactly what their plan is to achieve such a thing. So basically, we know what CBDCs are. These are central bank digital currencies, also stated right here, and they want them to come on to the Stellar network. So to briefly read this little story to give you guys a little bit more of an idea, today on the Stellar Development Foundation shared its lofty goal to become the next global payment standard. How it will get there, however, depends on whether governments choose to harness Stellar's permissionless network for central bank digital currencies. Since the talk, the price of Stellar shot up 11%, beating the rest of the market. And speaking to a consensus disputed, Stellar CEO Danielle Dixon kicked proceedings off with an applicable nod to the current financial crisis to quote, "The existing financial infrastructure is outdated, operating on models that have been unchanged for decades," said Dixon. And in the context of this pandemic, just look at how many people have waited weeks for paper stimulus checks. This suggests is forcing policymakers, governments, and central banks alike to recognize the need for innovation as well as equitable access to the financial system. In response, Stellar has been examining how to implement CBDCs, and to quote again, "CBDCs was exactly the type of digital money Stellar was designed for, connecting today's real-world financial infrastructure with the digital blockchain world," Dixon explained. So I find it really interesting that they took this road, to be completely honest. I didn't expect them to go for such a big achievement. And Jeb McCaleb, said this: "We've talked to a few governments around the world about CBDCs. I still think it's pretty early for that, and especially early for them to issue these things on a public chain. Most governments, when they get into the nuts and bolts of it, they want to control it," says McCaleb. So I still think the whole CBDC story is very far away, which makes this whole story a little bit more believable and hopeful. So basically, one of the things I'm stating right here is that CBDCs would definitely be a good thing for the world. CBDCs will definitely take a long time to get introduced globally because all governments are going to be having a little bit of a doubt on it. But even if it does, it's going to be way earlier that they get their own currencies on, I guess, some they create themselves rather than Stellar, because I think that's just really, really far-fetched since they don't have any control in that regard. I mean, for example, China here, yeah, they're going to do everything on their own with their CBDCs. They ain't going to work with Stellar. Nothing like that. No. Especially not with an American company. A lot of these countries will not do that. I mean, for example, in Russia, I can't really see them doing that either. China, I can't see them doing that. Maybe European Union won't like an American company to do it either. I don't really know too much about it, but I just think that all those things are really, really far away. And here they're putting a 5-year milestone on it, which I'm like, okay, it's possible, but still, I think it's something to just consider and keep inside of our head. However, even if CBDCs were on Stellar, XRP would still work in the end. All right, for all the XRP fans out there, because in the video we explained earlier today, like a couple of hours ago, I posted that. We explained how CBDCs, I guess, can still operate with XRP, or actually how it will be optimal for CBDCs to operate with XRP and through XRP. And also one of the videos earlier this week, which we talked about the paper regarding gold. We're also seeing again that through CBDCs, XRP can get some great utilization. And again, we covered it earlier today, so I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Cardano's Charles Hoskinson once thought Bitcoin at $10,000 would never happen. Charles Hoskinson has also said that Cardano will be the first trillion-dollar currency. Charles Hoskinson had also said that it will most likely take 10 to 11 years, and this was 1.5 years ago or so, before Bitcoin / the crypto market will reach its 2017 all-time highs / hit a 2017 like bull run again. And until this point, I guess he's quite right, as we have yet to ever receive such a run. Now, he expressed regret at noting or not updating the class, something he continuously... Wait, let me actually go back a little bit. Hoskinson was a guest on the latest episode of Crypto Titans, a series of personal interviews conducted by CoinMarketCap. The Cardano creator spoke at length on several issues, including a crypto class he thought back in 2013. He expressed regret at not updating the class, something he continuously postponed, remarking that it was not long time ago he admitted suggesting to the class that Bitcoin at $10,000 was a reach and that it would never happen. Yeah, I was like, $10,000 Bitcoin is hypothetical. It's never going to happen, but here's what it would look like. I mean, that was even before ASICs even existed for mining. It gives you a sense of how long ago that was, because again, it's really difficult for all of us to think back at ASICs below that, or ASICs not existing. That's kind of strange if you think about it. It might be easy to understand why anyone back in 2013 would think $10,000 is a reach. At its highest point back then, Bitcoin was less than $1,200. Many people use this to defend extremely bullish Bitcoin forecasts. Basically, $100,000 might seem ridiculous to many people today, just the same way $10,000 seemed that way to Hoskinson. And that's also one of the things I'm often telling you guys about in my videos as well, is that things might look unreachable at one point, but after they've happened, they looked completely normal. So at one point in the past, Bitcoin over $1,000 looked ridiculously stupid. Even Bitcoin above $100 or $10 looked completely stupid. For a very long time, Bitcoin above $10,000 looked really, really stupid, and now it's the most normal thing in the world. I'm not going to blink twice if it goes above 10K. You know, I know for a fact it's going to happen, so it's not going to be strange or anything like that for it to occur. And it also doesn't surprise me anymore that Bitcoin is this high of a value. It just seems normal. And the same kind of goes for $15,000. I think it's really, again, just normal. It's going to get there eventually again. $20,000 is still kind of far away. And I'm more of like a, you know, it's going to get there, but ooh. But then when we're talking about $100,000, you know, it seems so far away because we've never reached anything close to it. We're still, you know, just 10% of the way there. And that's why it might seem unreachable. But think about any point in the crypto space when, you know, people think that every time it just broke above it, you know, and that's what I know for a fact is going to be happening again. Because after it happens, after we hit 100,000, people are going to be like, all right, that was just easy and normal. I mean, let's say, for example, if we were to carry up market cap and we do this times 10, for example, you know, I don't think that would be a big thing either. I mean, even if it's 1.6, even let's say, for example, it's $2 trillion. Would that be very, very strange for Bitcoin? I don't think so. I don't think that's unimaginable. But right now it seems like a lot, but eventually it's going to get there anyway. Tether temporarily flips XRP to become the third largest crypto by CoinMarketCap. Relentless printing has pushed Tether to briefly beat the number 3 spot in the crypto market rankings. More Tether issuance might see Tether taking a commanding lead above XRP to cement its place as the third most valuable crypto, and USDT is still king of the stablecoin arena. And I'm personally really amazed still that people are supporting Tether as much. You know, I want to see their numbers. I want to see their freaking numbers, guys. Do they have enough backing? I don't know about it, and I want to know about it, but it's kind of difficult because they, you know, they're not giving it out. Bitcoin halving day. What's the buzz about? Well, that's pretty stupid. I mean, everybody was expecting something crazy to happen to the price. Didn't happen. It didn't go up like crazy. Didn't go down like crazy on the doomsday. Shelley is coming for 2020 without any delay. Pioneer launched. Cardano creator Charles Hoskinson. To quote, "There is no delay of Shelley. Pioneer is set for launch today," tweeted Cardano creator Charles Hoskinson. On Pioneer Day, Hoskinson shared a video where he talked about how everything is on schedule as the pool operators got together to get the plumbing done. They have turned on the friends and family testnet today, and Hoskinson is very happy about the outcome. Steak Nuts posted, "Friends and family testnet is up and running. We are going to iron out the major issues over the upcoming days, and then we will start onboarding more stake pool operators very soon." Throughout the week, we're going to be rolling out a lot of cool stuff out to the pioneers, and they're going to be living the Oregon Trail for a little bit, said Hoskinson, who's the CEO of IOHK. With the testing going on the public Haskell testnet is not so long now, and they will be making announcements very soon about when that's going to be hit based on feedback from pioneers. We got the initial set of pioneers in Telegram, then just to find the opening call who's ready for some Oregon Trail. Damn. Shelley is coming, or Hoskins will become a monk. That's something he said as well. He will become a monk and wander the world if Shelley upgrade doesn't become a reality this year. Bitcoin whale moves 47.8 thousand Bitcoin for a $1.80 fee. A gargantuan amount of cash has been moved on Bitcoin for just a tiny little fee of slightly less than $2. And that's again 50,000 Bitcoins that they just sent. $417 million. Oh my days, the stress that must give you if you're sending that much money, $400 million to send that. That's just, that's some interesting. But again, it only took $2 to send $400 million across. It's pretty damn interesting if you think about it, right? And my personal thing I'm thinking about then is like, why not use like XRP, where it's just going to be, a fraction of a cent? However, that's just kind of nitpicking, because $2 to send 417 million, I don't think is a real issue. I don't really think that's an issue at all, if you ask me. But still, could have been way cheaper, could have been way faster. Because here it's also always a little bit scary, in my opinion, to go for such a low fee. To go for such a low fee for such a huge amount of money. It always scares me a little bit. Even though I know for a fact it's going to get done, it's just kind of scary. And it's just really crazy again how people are doing this type of stuff. I don't know what happened or how it happened. I don't have any more info, but still, I'm a bit afraid of it. Bitcoin advocates cry foul as US Fed buying ETFs for the first time. Yet another unprecedented move from the US central bank to shore up the fiat economy means that it is violating its own character or charter, critics warn. Bitcoin has only just completed its hardening, but fiat currency is already getting even easier as money after a historic move by the United States Central Bank. As the Federal Reserve confirmed in a press release on May 11th, the bank is about to finally launch its corporate debt exchange traded fund, or ETF, buying program. The Department of Treasury has made $37.5 billion of the $57 billion equity investment it will make in the special purpose vehicle established by the Federal Reserve for SMCCF and PMCCF. Asset manager Fed is admitting it has failed, and yeah, you can see a little bit more on that. Post-halving, Bitcoin was still surged to $20,000 by Wall Street billionaire. Well, any Wall Street billionaire is most likely holding some Bitcoin themselves, so it's very, very profitable for them. But this is just the Galaxy Digital's chief executive officer, Mike Novogratz, so you can take all of this with a grain of salt, and I don't think it's really worth it to bother yourself with it. Here's a couple of things that happened to Bitcoin, but I mean, it's all in the past now. Crypto market sheds $25 billion with Bitcoin losing 11%. What triggered it? Well, most likely buy the rumor, sell the news from the Bitcoin halving. That is what happened, most likely. Veteran Peter Brand's suggestion on when to buy XRP. Somebody said, this is March 17th already. Oh no, actually, never mind. I thought it was May 17th, but that's not possible. So this is actually stupid. We shouldn't cover it. And renewed Bitcoin rally may be triggered by this $2 trillion investor, Cash Powell. Bitcoin eyes a new price rally as investor assess the provisional reopening steps taken by the U.S. states. Analysts believe the restrained second wave of CV-19 infections could increase risk sentiment, and there is now around $2.3 trillion sitting in money market funds and banks to re-enter markets. Yeah, the amount of cash could be invested in the short term if the curve continues to decline, and I guess more about that in my video that's coming out later today on the 5-Minute Crypto channel. Make sure you subscribe to that. Link is in the description below. And thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. See you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody. Have a very, very nice day.